devoid of character. I feel like a home should represent you in some way. Hello beautiful people, welcome to another episode of Marcus Moves, where even though I've moved years ago, I can't stop talking about interior design, and this video is no exception. I've had a lot of friends who've recently gotten BTOs and they're kind of stuck. They don't know where to really begin, and in this video I hope to give you an idea of what kind of interior design style you want for your home, what really speaks to you. I'm gonna go through 6 popular and cool interior design styles in Singapore. This is basically like Tinder. As I go through them, you take what you like and what you don't like from each for your own home. So get ready to screenshot some of these pictures to show your interior designer, and I will also be giving you some furniture recommendations for you to easily achieve certain interior design styles. Let's make your home the home of your dreams. So we'll start off with the industrial style. This is basically what my home is themed after. It's one of my favorite interior design styles. It's inspired by the manufacturing age, so homes with this interior design style usually see a lot of wood and metallic elements where raw materials are really emphasized. Most homes that do this also have either brick walls or cement ceilings to kind of give that unfinished look, to look like a factory. And you might be wondering, why do I want my home to look like a factory? I think there's such a harmony and warmth in the industrial style that blends the strength and uniformity of metal with that rawness and organic feel and texture of wood. This is also an easy to achieve interior design style in Singapore because a lot of places carry furniture that caters to this. Especially in IKEA, the Fajalbo. Let's pay attention to the spelling of the interior design style instead of my pronunciation, because I'm gonna butcher them. That's a pretty affordable way to get TV consoles, shelves, wood and metal accents. Another way people achieve this is through having exposed pipes in shelves and industrial looking fans and lighting fixtures as well. So in my house, what I did is I have a TV console that has wood as well as metallic elements, and then I also have my dining table lights to kind of contrast with the wood of my dining table. And my dining table also once again has wood and metal elements. Now to me, you really need a plant or plants to make sure this style has a bit more character and doesn't lean too much into a factory. Now I understand that fake plants might be a little bit expensive and they might be a little bit hard to clean, but I do have an olive plant in my corner here. I call him Oliver. My friend literally tried to harvest the olives from my fake plant and I was like, girl, they are fake. Now what I like about adding some greenery in industrial places is to really make it pop, because there's this sense of like plant life contrasting that, like, for lack of a better word, kind of dead, harsh industrial vibe of your home. Next is an interior design style that I've seen a lot of recently. It's called Wabi Sabi. I know it's a really interesting name. It sounds a bit like wasabi. To me, it's a permutation of the industrial style, but instead of metals and wood, you mainly have wood, stone and clay. The Wabi Sabi style was inspired by tea ceremonies in the 16th century in Japan. It focuses on simplicity, natural materials, and the beauty of imperfection. We love that. You can finally feel beautiful for once. This style definitely makes you feel more grounded because of all the earthly tones and natural elements. The easiest way to achieve this is to have your walls have either like a lime wash finish or to look uneven. I'll insert some pictures here from Stacked Home. I think you can see like the focal point kind of is the wall, and the moment your wall doesn't have that clean finish, you get that raw, uneven look, and that's what we are going for. It kind of symbolizes that we are always like in a process of change. There's never really a finished product. We're constantly changing, and there's no real endpoint. So to give your home that rustic and organic feel that Wabi Sabi is all about, you could even just do a painting with texture if you don't want to spend too much on your walls. Now the color palette is muted, and I usually see a lot of pottery in homes, whether it's pottery displayed on a shelf or pottery used for plants. You really want that earthen feel to make you feel grounded. Before I move on to the third interior design style, which I hate with a passion, Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I am trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so that YouTube can monetize my channel. That would really support me as I make more content for you guys. I do have a lot more interior design videos coming up. This next style is a classic, and I don't hate it per se, but I hate the way most houses in Singapore do it. People tend to mistake minimalism with having everything white, which I know gives a place a sense of peace and serenity, but it reminds me of a hospital. I had to say it. It's just devoid of character. I feel like a home should represent you in some way, but also like, I get it if you want that clean look. Let's go into its philosophy. The goal of minimalist design is to create a tranquil, peaceful environment that promotes relaxation and focus. Now, to do this, your space has to be almost clutter-free. This is going to be a challenge, especially if you're a messy person like me. Do not look at my study table. I'm filming in this living room not just because I got new cushion covers from Thailand, Bangkok vlog coming very soon. Also, my room is just a mess, so we're filming in the living room. So houses with minimalist design, they are very focused on having storage everywhere. They'd have like a hidden door, hidden cupboards. Everything is hidden because once again, don't want anything in your sight, out of mind. You want places to store things. So this can be actually quite expensive because if you haven't watched like my how to save money for interior design video, carpentry in Singapore is crazy expensive because they charge you to, number one, fabricate like the design and get all the wood done, and then they charge the installation. And just like a bedroom cupboard can be like upwards of $2,000. So imagine having wood to conceal doors and making more carpentry in your entire living room. It's going to be very pricey, but I think it's worth it if you really want a clutter-free, minimal environment. Minimalism doesn't mean you need to have everything white. It's all about curation. It's about that Marie Kondo inspiration. If it doesn't spark joy, throw it the hell away or something along those lines. I didn't really watch the show. How I think people can add a bit of spice to minimalism is to add some wall art. It could be in neutral tones so that it fits that minimalist aesthetic. It could be kind of have some uniformity, but I feel like your home should represent you in some way. You can also just pick one or two knickknacks to display on your shelves or on your TV console, because think about it from the guest's perspective. If you have people over and they just sit there and everything is white, there's nothing for them to really rest their eyes on, and you definitely want to have some pieces here and there from your travels or something that was a gift. You kind of want to have something to spark conversations when you have people over in your house. So just my main qualm with minimalist design is that it's so devoid of character. It doesn't tell the story of you, and yeah, but once again, that's just my belief of what homes should be. I obviously have a coffee artwork here because I make a lot of coffee content on Instagram. You can follow at Kishan Marcus. These next two are similar to minimalism, but I feel like they have defining traits of their own. I'm gonna go through these Scandinavian and Japandi designs. Think very popular choices for interior design in Singapore. But first, the Scandinavian style. So this is very popular in Singapore because of its elegance and simplicity. And it also makes homes appear bigger, which is what we need because our houses are getting smaller and smaller, due to its focus on creating an airy atmosphere. So you can do this very easily in your home. In terms of like your furniture, just make sure they're raised. They always have like legs. They're not just like touching the floor. Just by elevating your furniture, I know it might be like an irritating space to clean, but it does give the illusion of perpetual airflow and an airy atmosphere in your house, which is what a Scandinavian style is going for. So there is a lot of wood elements here, but the wood, it's a very light, unfinished, untreated kind of wood. Think about it's basically the IKEA aesthetic. There's a lot of functional furniture with light wood accents, and there's not too many ornamental embellishings. People often forget, but I think in a Scandinavian style, you do need to mix this airy atmosphere with some textures and fabric. And an easy way to do this is to just get a fur rug. The contrast of like a soft fur rug, faux fur of course, oh my gosh, compared to the more natural elements and the wood, and it kind of balances it out. Once again, it doesn't feel too clinical. Right, so next one, Japandi. This is, okay, the Scandinavian was the IKEA aesthetic. Japandi is the Muji aesthetic, and it incorporates more elements of traditional Japanese design, and it's a warmer and more muted color palette compared to the Scandinavian design, which has a lighter, cooler color palette. Wow, that is a tongue twister. That's not a tongue twister, Marcus. Maybe you just can't speak. So I think this is a really interesting quote from Architectural Digest. Now I know this does sound a lot like the Wabi Sabi style. It does take inspiration from the Wabi Sabi style, but it's a lot more focused on having wood and greenery to create that harmony and zen feeling in nature. So think about having like a tiny little bonsai plant on your coffee table or on your bookshelf instead of Wabi Sabi, where it's really just more of like stone and muted colors. There's a lot more green and life to achieve that balanced zen mood. So the wood here will definitely be slightly warmer compared to a Scandinavian wood, and you'll see a lot more paper elements incorporated. Paper is best included in like either a big lampshade or smaller little lamps in your house. The last style is the modern colonial or colonial inspired interior design style. This is the style that I want for my future house. So even though it's not a very popular trend in Singapore, I've seen some people do it, but it's just something I think is really cool and I just want to share with you guys. So we do not approve of colonialism. I literally studied colonialism in English literature in NTU. It's like a more moody and dramatic Japandi. You see a lot of darker woods, so a very dark brown to mostly black wood furniture, and that is usually contrasted by clean white walls that you see at these colonial houses. Another common find in these colonial-inspired homes are the traditional shutters that the British had to kind of keep out the tropical heat when they came to Singapore. But I think the moment you have those shutters, it definitely will make your home look very different from the houses you see now with like most BTOs have the same window. Like, I have no problem with it, like it's just a window, but I feel like it's so boring. You can only judge it up with like curtains or if you do like a settee, but like colonial shutters, that's a nice touch to a house. As well as some furniture with rattan. Is it rattan? Rattan or cane elements to add that sense of natural and organic feel to contrast against the darker woods. I think you kind of see a pattern. Most interior design styles, there's always a balance of things. There's never just like one thing. There's always like a harmony of like wood and something else to kind of... And if you're wondering where can I get rattan furniture in Singapore, do check out my previous video I did where I visited 3 places to get furniture in Singapore, and I went to this place called Island Living that had an amazing selection of rattan pieces, like from mirrors to little shelving to cupboards to like bed frames. So if you're into that, do check out that video and do check out Island Living. It is a bit pricey, I'm not gonna lie, like compared to IKEA, but oh god, I feel like the person from Island Living is like, is this guy trying to put my company down and trying to choke me? Yeah, if you do love that style, that is one way to incorporate rattan style into your house. And we have come to the end of the video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. You must really like me or something. I do hope that this gives you an idea of what interior design style you like. If you saw anything that kind of tickles your fancy, do comment down below what interior design style you're hoping your future house will look like, or what you're planning to do for your house. Obviously, there are a lot more things to go through, but I can't... This isn't good. I could go on for hours on just one interior design style, so do excuse me if it's not comprehensive. And of course, this is only 6 out of so many interior design styles out there. If you would like me to make more interior design explainer videos, let me know in the comments. Comment down any recommendations for interior design styles I should talk about in the next one. But till then, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!